Good evening, friends. We are live, and it is day 82, episode 82, going live for 100 days straight. Actually, we're going live for 102 because we've also joined the StreamYard challenge to go live every day in April, so that's 30 days there. We were already in the midst of going live for 100 days straight. That's so funny. My chair gave way on me. That's what's amazing about live streaming. You never know what's going to happen. But as I was saying, we're also going live every day in April, so that extends our 100 days to 102. So we want to welcome everyone from Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, DLive, two destinations on YouTube, Facebook, if I didn't already say that. So we're connecting with you in a lot of different places and want to welcome you tonight. Want to talk, continue our theme about getting a healthy return in the market, some ideas and some thoughts that we have. As I've said a few nights ago, been out of the game for quite a while, but as a finance major, investment has always been something that intrigued me and something that I wanted to stay on top of. So I want to share with you tonight some things that I'm looking at and discovering, and would love to hear also what is up with you and with regards to investing, the stock market, cryptocurrency, technology. All of that kind of meshes together, and that's what I like about it so much. Want to start out tonight talking about a very interesting company called ARK Invest, and they have a number of ETFs. And the one I want to talk about mostly is their fund that's Disruptive Innovations. And I'm going to pull that up here in just a minute and go through it. Got to find the right screen. We've got a lot of screens to share today, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that up and get that going. So there we have it. And getting things straight there. So the one from ARK Innovation or ARK Invest that I want to talk about is their ETF called ARK Innovation, and the symbol is ARKK. And I've been using Robinhood lately, and that is available on Robinhood to buy and sell. So I would go check that out. But the ARKK is focused on ARK's belief that innovation is key to growth. The ARK Innovation ETF is built on the cornerstone investments that present the best risk-reward opportunities for ARK's innovation-based themes. Do want to read one other thing that I think is helpful. This is literally just a little blurb from doing a search of who is ARK Invest. Kathy Wood is behind it, the founder, and ARK is a acronym for Active Research Knowledge. It's been around since 2014, and the ARK Innovation ETF averaged an annual return of 39%, which is amazing, and that's over 3 times the return of the S&P 500. So many people will invest in one form or another in the S&P 500, and that's always been a pretty solid approach to a healthy return on your money. But Kathy Wood's doing something special over at ARK, and it may be something that you want to look at. I guess a disclaimer that we need to make very quickly, because we're talking about financial information. I'm not a financial advisor, planner, not a professional investor, any of those kind of things. So in other words, any forward-looking statements that I might make, obviously those could change. I'm simply just sharing with you information for education and entertainment value. So do your own research. Use professionals if that's something you feel like you need to do. But we do want to share with you what we're looking at and the things that we're interested in. A little bit more then about ARK Invest. Wanted to go through and show you some of the particulars. So it is funded with $17.68 billion, which is just incredible and massive. Kathy Wood, I believe, started way back with $45 million, which for a fund manager is not really considered that much, and now it's $17.68 billion and growing. So pretty amazing. Here's some of the performance information as of end of December 2020. So it's a little dated, but you can see since inception, 36%, which is, again, pretty amazing, and over three times that of the S&P 500. Some of the holdings that they have, and I'm going to show you something else here in a minute that will show you actually all 50 of those, and you can see up here the link if you want to go check out ARK for yourself. Tesla is their top stock by quantity, and I think by market value as well. Well, not necessarily by quantity, by market value, most assuredly. Square, you probably know of. Roku, I'm sure you've heard of. Zillow, I'm sure you've heard of. Zoom, most of you've probably heard of. Shopify in one way or another. Twilio is probably less known by many, but I want to also bring up their, this is their holdings list as of April 9th, 2021. Tesla, of course, like we said, so that 10%, almost 11% of their holdings is, as far as market value, is in Tesla. Square, we've already talked about. Zillow, Shopify, DocuSign. DocuSign has done great during the pandemic. Companies like DocuSign, like Zoom, like Shopify, Square, honestly, during the epidemic, where more and more is being done online with regards to commerce and transactions, that type of thing. These companies have grown actually during this pandemic period. Planetar or Planeter, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, but this is one I consistently find being brought up as a really, really good stock to consider. It's, I think, at about $23 a share. 52-week high is somewhere in the 40s. Not going to bother bringing it up, but PLTR is the ticker symbol. Go look it up on Yahoo Finance or any number of other sites, and you can see the charts. But that's one that I would highly recommend that you look into. Again, we're not going to cover all of these. I do have a fair amount of things that I want to go through, and don't want to get caught up in some of the particulars that you can check out yourself. And the last one I highlighted down at the very bottom is PayPal, and that leads me here in just a minute to talk about PayPal with regards to cryptocurrency. I'm actually intrigued, but I guess this is purely equities. There is no investment in here that I see related to cryptocurrency, so they're not, ARK is not really into that, but in many ways they are through something like PayPal, and I'll explain why I say that when I show. We're going to pull up a article here. This article dated April 10th, 2021. Visa and PayPal give the green light to cryptos. I think the more important, well, I shouldn't say more important, more interesting, at least to me, aspect of this is the PayPal, because PayPal now says that they will allow you to check out with crypto made available to select U.S. users last Wednesday. Again, this is dated April 10th. So it's something I actually have not seen on my PayPal yet. So I don't know when everyone will see it. And so I'm still looking into all of that. But the point is it's coming. It's already here for many people. And that, in my mind, is a big indicator that cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, these are now mainstream. And not only is it important that you consider investing directly in cryptocurrencies, but in companies that will be allowing you to transact in cryptocurrencies. The amazing thing about this is, again, imagine having a PayPal account where you have Bitcoin or some other type of cryptocurrency in there, and as the dollar is falling in value, if you buy something in cryptocurrency and that's going up in value, then you basically are able to have a hedge against inflation, and but yet still, in essence, transact in U.S. dollars. I'll read here in a minute how that works. So it says total payment volume was, okay, yeah, so that's talking about that very soon, as it says very soon here, very soon, every one of these users, which is 377 million, will be able to use popular digital currencies to buy nearly everything from a cup of coffee to a new car. This represents a huge leap forward for the still emerging technology, and yes, it does. Not going to read the part about Visa. This is very uninteresting to me, honestly. I'm sure it's significant to some, and I don't want to downplay it completely, but this is a one-for-one. It's a cryptocurrency basically, but it's a one-to-one to the US dollar. So that doesn't interest me near as much as being able to transact, buy that type of thing with a true cryptocurrency that that you should be able to see an appreciation in. Another note, Tesla is now accepting Bitcoin. I've mentioned that in the past as well. So that's a major development. It's also another big indicator that, again, cryptocurrency, especially in this case Bitcoin, has reached prime time. If you didn't think that it had already, and in many ways it had already, but this certainly solidifies in my mind the fact that Bitcoin is here to stay. It's a real thing, and the nice thing again about apps like Robinhood, which we've got a link in the description, or here with PayPal, once it is released to everyone, you can buy fractional shares. Not sure if it's actually in this article. It's not, but you can buy fractional shares. And here's the one I think that we'll talk about this, but you can buy fractional coins, I should say, of Bitcoin, so as little as $1. So you could buy $1, $100, $1,000 of Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. Bitcoin is in the 60,000 range. Ethereum is in the $2,000 range. I'm not as up to speed on Litecoin, so I can't speak so much to that. Here's another article from The Verge. PayPal will let U.S. users pay with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin starting today. Now, I hope they will add Dogecoin to that at some point, because that's what I am very, very excited about, and we will end the live stream tonight talking about Dogecoin a little bit, so hang around. That is the people's coin, as many of them are saying, and I hold a pretty good position in that now. I'm literally trying to get to the point where a $1, or not a $1, excuse me, literally a 1 cent or a 1 penny increase basically equates to $1,000 appreciation. So today, by way of example on Dogecoin, then I'm going to get back here to PayPal for a moment. Today, had a 12% return in one day. Since buying Dogecoin back in early March, I've got a 23% return. That is higher than the S&P 500. It's close, actually, even to the ARK. It's not as diversified as the ARK ETF, but I'm very, very excited about Dogecoin, and I know that shows. So let's talk a little bit more here through this. Let me see here. Yeah, so sorry for the scrolling. After rolling out the ability for U.S. users to buy and sell cryptocurrency directly from their accounts last November, which I didn't know that, PayPal's new checkout with crypto allows users to instantly convert Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or Bitcoin Cash to U.S. dollars with no additional transaction fee. So that's a key element to this. No additional transaction fees that PayPal then uses to complete the transaction. If a merchant doesn't take U.S. dollars, so for those of you that are in other countries besides the U.S., or maybe you're in the U.S. and you're trying to buy something where they require you to use some other currency other than U.S. dollars, then PayPal also converts those dollars into local currency at standard conversion rates set by PayPal. So presumably also if you're traveling, imagine you're traveling and you have and that merchant takes PayPal, I guess right now if you're a U.S. user and using that overseas, then presumably it would be able to convert that. So I think PayPal, and I mentioned this, I believe already several nights ago, I think PayPal is a stock that you should consider investing in. I would get some Ethereum. I would get Bitcoin. I would definitely get Dogecoin. The feature will automatically appear. Okay, so this is interesting. The feature will automatically appear in the PayPal wallet if a user has sufficient cryptocurrency balance to cover an eligible purchase, and you'll be able to see your crypto balance for each kind of coin in the app. However, you can only use one type of cryptocurrency for each purchase you make. So I need to do some more investigation into this, and I'm not looking at the comments right now. I'm about to go back to look at those. So if you've made some comments, please hang with me. I'll acknowledge you and we'll have some dialogue. But I'd love to know if anyone on the stream here has used any of these features, seen any of these features, and if none of the above, are you interested in these features? So the cool thing about this is you're basically going to be able to have a wallet. Now, what I don't know, which I'm also interested in, I'm very, very curious if you could transfer Bitcoin that you already own, Ethereum that you already own, Litecoin that you already own somewhere else, if you can transfer that into your PayPal wallet, or if you have to buy more, in essence, from PayPal. I gotta believe that you can transfer. That's kind of the allure, one of the, at least, selling points, if you will, of cryptocurrencies. You should actually be able to transfer from one wallet to the other. Now, here's one thing that you need to take into consideration. Just being fully transparent and giving you kind of like a heads up. I don't know this from personal experience yet because I've not bought anything with cryptocurrencies. I've not sold any of my holdings in cryptocurrencies. Don't plan on selling any of it anytime soon. But there is a tax implication somewhere on your tax form. You have to indicate if you've sold any Bitcoin now or any cryptocurrency. And I think there's also some implications if you use it to buy something like this. I don't know for sure, so do your own research. Definitely research that part. From what I understand, if you don't check that box on the 1040, IRS form, that's a felony. So make sure you look into that part. Yep, I've also heard this says PayPal is not the first payment app to offer support for cryptocurrency in 2018. Its competitor Square launched support for Bitcoin on the Cash App, but the launch of the cryptocurrency as a form of payment makes PayPal both a major digital wallet and a cryptocurrency exchange. So we've talked about not only being able to buy and presumably sell your cryptocurrencies, but use it in a wallet, if you will, to be able to transact. Although you can only use one at a time, you could either use Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash to buy anything that you would typically buy with PayPal. So we're going to close that out. We've already talked about this as well. Disruptive, talked about that. Let's look at Dogecoin. This is a one-day chart showing Dogecoin, and you'll notice up here in the top left, this is changing in real time because, the cool thing, or I think it's cool with cryptocurrencies and on Robinhood, I know that for sure, it's 24/7 except for, I guess, major holidays like probably Christmas, definitely Easter, things like that. But by and large, you're able to trade 24/7. And right here, I think it is. Yep, you can see if you look up at that point in time in the day, that was today, it was as high as 8 cents. So that's not a 52-week high, but it's really close to it. I think back in February, it went all the way up to 9 cents. I think that Dogecoin is probably definitely on its way to 10 cents a coin. It may have another cycle where it's down. It's been in the sevens now, I think, for at least a day. Not retreated in any, below 7 for a number of hours. Prior to that, it was in the 6 cent range for a good while, and then prior to that, in the 5 cent range, 5.6, 5.9. My average cost right now with about 26,000 coins is 5.9 something. So that's my average cost. One of the most exciting things, and this is not going to look pretty at all, but I have and this is going to be really hard to see as well. I guess I will expand this and make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it, and then I'll scroll more. So this is some scenarios, right, with where Dogecoin could go. So let's imagine for a minute that you have 100,000 coins, because these are some really exciting numbers to look at, some possibilities. And let's imagine for a moment that your average price, or average cost, I should say, really, per coin is 7 cents. So that means that you've invested $7,000. Now let's look at it when it gets to 10 cents. So that's $3,000. So you haven't made your money back yet. Let's be honest, right? Not at a penny. I'm sorry, not at 10 cents you haven't, but bam, at 50 cents a share, which it's going to get to unless this coin just drops off of the face of the earth. I don't think there's any question that it's going to get to 50 cents at some point in time. When, I don't know. Maybe before this year's out, maybe next year. You do need to, in my opinion, look at this as a 5-year type thing at least. Possibly even a 10-year run. Keep putting money in there. I would not buy and sell. I would literally just buy. Maybe once you get to that $1 million level somewhere, maybe you cash in some of it. I would definitely wait until it's reached that long-term capital gain. threshold so that you can pay the least amount of taxes. But again, let's walk through this. So again, at 10 cents, you've not recovered your money yet, but at 50 cents, you have definitely recovered your money back. 7 times 6, 46. So almost 6 times your money, if I'm thinking that right. At $1, again, it's going to get to $1 when, I don't know, but let's assume for a minute that within or before the end of this year, 2021, let's assume that it does get to $1. The Mavericks owner has said that they're trying to do their part to basically get Dogecoin to $1. They now accept Dogecoin for merchandise and tickets. So you're looking at a $93,000 profit. This actually takes into account your initial investment. Obviously, if you didn't take that into account, you've what it actually is worth is $100,000, but you've obviously got to reduce it by your cost. It gets really exciting when you get to $5 a coin. Super, super exciting once you get to $10 a coin because you're almost at $1 million, and then you can see some of the others. So pause this at some point if you want to see some of the other information. So I do want to show you, we've already shown you this, so I'm going to come back here now to me, and we're going to turn off picture-in-picture because we don't need that, and just kind of wrap this up here before too awful long. Do want to interact with the comments for a minute. I do apologize tonight. I got a lot of tabs going through a lot of different things. And here is one comment. So Sub0713 is asking, this is live. Yes, it is live. It is live right now, right this moment. Thanks for joining. If you are watching the replay later, then obviously it's the replay. But right now, on Sunday, on the 11th of April, at 9:46 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are live. So thanks for joining. I would love to hear if you're interested in me continuing to talk about the stocks, if you will, that we're most interested in, the cryptocurrencies that we're most interested in, and the the news, if you will, and the traction in and around all that. Again, things like Elon Musk, really pumping up Dogecoin, Mark Cuban, saying that they're going to start taking it as basically payment, those types of things. So honestly, it's a really exciting time. As I've mentioned before, I've been out of really active evaluation of or investing in the stock market. I never started in cryptocurrencies 10 years ago. Bitcoin's about 10 years old. Obviously, I wish now that I had. I'd be doing this live stream in a different way probably if I had, but nonetheless, it's not too late. That's the great thing. It's just like it's not too late to start a YouTube channel. That leads me into what I say every night, and this is episode 82, and we're going to say it again. I highly recommend that you create a YouTube channel. I highly recommend that you establish, grow, use an email list. I use ConvertKit. We've got the link in the description. That's completely free for up to 1,000 subscribers, so go do that. But it's not too late to get into cryptocurrency. Again, platforms like Robinhood and now PayPal allow you to buy fractional shares, so you can get into some of these higher priced and more mature cryptocurrencies that yet still have most likely massive growth ahead of them. You can still get into those with fractional shares. With Dogecoin at approaching 8 cents, I would argue it's in the 7-cent range right now, but approaching 8 cents, it's still very affordable. instead of buying, I'm not saying you are, but I would recommend, instead of buying lottery tickets, go buy some Dogecoin. I was in a gas station today, actually inside, and some people were buying lottery tickets, and I was sitting there thinking, I wish I could actually have a conversation with that person and suggest to them a possible alternative, a different way that they could invest their money. No judgment. That's not what I'm saying at all. People can do what they want with their own money. I think that there's a more likelihood of seeing an actual return with Dogecoin, considerably more, generally speaking, than, for example, slot machines or a lottery ticket, any number of other things, or just buying a stock and hoping that it will do well. So I'm very, very excited about the opportunity, but I've said before, and I'll say it again, obviously don't invest put all of your eggs in one basket. Don't take your whole life savings and more and put it into Dogecoin only. Don't even put all of your money into equities and into cryptocurrencies. Obviously, you want to diversify, spread out your investments, own hard assets, property, real estate, gold, silver, any number of other things. In the times that we live right now, there are a lot of things that you should consider with regards to hard assets that you should own to be self-sufficient, number one, potentially number two, to use in bad economic times to be able to continue to transact. I don't think I need to say any more about that. Literally barter. I hope we're never there, but we may get there at some point. Something like Bitcoin, as long as the internet continues to thrive and exist, even in the midst of a banking crisis or a financial crisis, the one thing that will probably continue and sustain and actually possibly increase in value during those times is some of your cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin probably being the crown jewel of that. But again, a lot of momentum, a lot of excitement behind Dogecoin, so I think it's something you should consider. So come back for episode 83 tomorrow. It'll be Monday. Starting Monday, we'll be going exclusively all week on YouTube. So if you're watching this on the replay or you're watching it right now live on all the other amazing platforms that we go live on, we appreciate you considerably. Don't want to leave you out, so come connect with me on YouTube. I'm going to pull up the link just so that you have it. Obviously, the best way to do that is to turn on, to subscribe first and then turn on notifications so that you'll know when we go live, so that you can also find out when we start doing the giveaway. I keep talking about it, and the main reason I haven't started the giveaway yet, it is going to happen 100%. I have the items I'm going to give away. I just still need to work out exactly how I'm going to do that, because I want you to have a way of getting more than one entry, if you will, into the giveaways. So for those that are willing to put forth a little bit more effort, they're going to get more opportunities to win. But this is one of the watches that we're going to give away, Flex watches. It's pretty cool because you can actually interchange the band, if you will, the cover of the band, whatever you would call that, bezel, and put a different one on there. But we're going to be giving away at least 3 of those, I think maybe 4, but we're going to do that exclusively on YouTube. Go up here and you can start the playlist to watch all of the other previous episodes. We would love it if you would just start that, let it play all the way through, all 81, 82 episodes. And we're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark and the 4,000 watch hour mark. So any help we can get from each of you, that would be amazing and much, much appreciated. So we're going to call it good day, if you will. Look, or you'll be given an opportunity to watch a new video, and we'd love for you to watch that. Continue here if you're on YouTube, and consume some of our other content. And we do appreciate each of you, and hope you'll come back tomorrow if you're watching this on the replay. We equally appreciate you coming along even after the live stream and watching this on the replay, but catch us live tomorrow. All right, bye.